Hey, look, yesterday was the marked the anniversary of the assassination of Malcolm X, and it's still yesterday because I kicked it in under the 12 o'clock mark. So if you're not familiar, February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated in New York City. I bring that up because young Mr. Ben Crump yesterday filed a $100 million lawsuit against New York City, the New York City Police Department, the FBI, and I think the CIA over the assassination of Malcolm X. I ain't got nothing bad to say about that.
Hey, Ben Crump is slowly becoming like a African American folk hero. Like I don't understand. I want to compare him to somebody, but who is somebody we didn't like at first that is slowly but surely becoming like at first it's like, nigga, why is you everywhere? And then it's like,
Oh,
oh
ain't
yeah, I knew
nobody,
Johnny
ain't
Cochran. He's the
nobody,
Johnny Cochran we need.
ain't nobody else nowhere.
But that's what I'm saying. It used to at first. You can't. Well, I don't know. He was off putting to me at first, seeing him because he wasn't never in any place where I deemed him the aficionado. It just seemed like he was travesty chasing. He seemed like an ambulance chaser at first. He was
Mm-hmm.
just every place that there was some grief, every major malfunction. None of the things that I felt someone who had his ethic would be. But now he's starting to round back and get some of those civil rights, motherfucker. He's not just ambulant. He don't he. It was just the optics of what was being broadcasted. He was where he needed to be when he needed to be there. It just so happened that we as a collective were being targeted on that level, and he needed to be at each one of them places. But he did seem ambulance chasey at first. But I like the cut of this nigga jib now. Pause.
Hey. If you go to Ben Crump's website and you click through a couple of tabs, you can find a section called results. And in results, this motherfucker immediately starts talking big money shit. 641 million personal injury.
Man.
30 plus million personal injury. 10 plus million civil rights. $411 million in car accidents. And a retired U.S. Army veteran was awarded over $411 million for the injuries he sustained and lifelong physical complications he will endure as a result of a 2018 multi vehicle accident on Florida's I 10. In honor of a student at Florida A&M University was paralyzed when the rental van he was riding in flipped over on the interstate. The rental car company failed to verify the age of the driver of the van, who was under the minimum age required by law. The case settled during the course of federal litigation, because they was finna try to get away with not giving this young brother anything because you underage. Technically, they was right. $8.7 million. Uh, 875,000 on behalf of a 19-year-old whose mother was killed at an intersection when another motorist made a left-hand turn and hit the side of the pickup truck where she was sitting as a front seat passenger. Motherfucker get results from cases. The shit. The case of Mark Lee Anderson captured headlines around the world when the 14-year-old teen was killed at a Florida boot camp hours after he arrived. When Mr. Crump took the case, a videotape was uncovered and revealed several camp guards beating the teen to death while a nurse watched. Mr. Crump generated widespread public outcry, in this case, with marches and demonstrations. The teen's family ultimately received over 10 million from the various governmental entities. 4.9 million, one of only two African American patrons in a nightclub of over 200 patrons, was wrongly accused by the police of starting a fight. When the first officer arrived, the African American patron defended himself and took the baton from the officer and pushed him to the ground. Subsequently, the nightclub security and other police officers took the African American patron to the ground hard, paralyzing him from the chest down. Mr. Crump interviewed hundreds of witnesses that confirmed the African American patron was trying to break up the altercation. The city and the nightclub settled for $4.9 million. Hey, are you on the same things that I'm reading? That is, hey, look, that's A1 that's A1 producership right there.
High quality work.
Uh Breonna Taylor was wrongfully shot and killed during the execution of a no-knock warrant at her Louisville, Kentucky home. Attorney Crump and his team secured a $12 million settlement to be awarded to Miss Taylor's family. This historic settlement is one of the largest payouts for a black woman killed by police in America. It is accompanied by tangible policies in the city of Louisville. Among these reforms, no knock search warrants are now banned in Louisville under legislation called Breonna's Law. That's Ben Crump. That's Ben Crump. That's Ben Crump not only making getting financial settlements for people, but also getting getting litigation, getting my bad, getting laws changed, getting policies changed. He's been in a myriad of things: elder abuse, personal injury, a whole lot of shit. He's been in. We 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 often ridicule motherfuckers, and we force them into corners where they got to talk their shit. I don't know if Ben Crump had this tab on his website before people started talking their shit about him. But that motherfucker's out here doing very good work. He is out here everywhere that he is called upon. And it would be nice if some other motherfuckers was out here also championing these efforts and had that same type of fervent effort to take these cases and take up on these causes. But they're not there. And while I'm not gonna talk about nobody bad in this instance, because I will talk about motherfuckers, but I'm gonna go ahead and applaud Ben Crump for doing what the fuck he doing. How the fuck can you be mad at this shit?
Again, the optics, he appeared to be an ambulance chaser when he first popped on the scene. I want to give the man all due props that I say, me personally. I don't know about anybody else. I know I wasn't the only one thinking that shit. No,
Oh, you weren't. You weren't.
I'm gonna give the man his props that I was sorely wrong. His face rubs me the wrong way, Paul. I know a nigga named Tolulope Adijboro that look just like that nigga. And that nigga told on a few niggas I know. And that's why I guess he rubbed me the wrong way. But Ben Crump.
Ben Crump.
Wasn't the
I ain't
hero
mad
that
at you.
you wanted, but you damn sure the one we needed.
Hey, you look like Jimmy Henchman, but
He does look like Jimmy.
I ain't even gonna trip. Me being a Pac fan, I am. I ain't even gonna trip. But yeah, shout out to Ben Crump. Surprisingly or not, it was a lot of I was reading the post and I delved into the comments of the of one of the posts about him, his press conference about the $100 million lawsuit against those entities I named earlier, FBI, CIA, and I think NYPD. But this motherfuckers in the comments just why he always taking cases he know he can't win. Why he always on that ambulance station shit, talking that and whatnot. And I know you come to a what do they call it? Come to a terms with him and what you feel about his advocacy style. But you got other motherfuckers still looking at the evidence there and still looking at what's happening and still being mad. Like you see what the fuck is going on and you upset. You think that he only takes cases that he's gonna lose, not understanding that even in the loss of the case, the shit that is uncovered in it, this $100 million lawsuit, he probably won't get $100 million for the family of Malcolm X.
He probably won't get a dime.
Probably won't get a dime. But if this lawsuit goes forward, You know
Shit.
what happens, and he might get some money, but I mean, nothing commensurate to what the life impacted
I'm
loss
about
would
to
be.
say, Martin Luther King, motherfucker, mama sued the fucking CIA and won. And then they killed her like 3 years later.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but what the importance of the lawsuit is this: it will force them, fingers
Precedent.
crossed, not
That's the
not
word.
just not just precedents, to uncover the classified documents surrounding that man's assassination. There's intelligence that they have not released surrounding his death that would be uncovered under a lawsuit. That go
Nah,
that yeah.
no, I don't think you can unclassify classified documents for a civil lawsuit.
You can, depending on how long those documents have been classified. They put forth civil suits. They put forth civil suits all the time to get classified documents unclassified. It's just under a guise of a civil suit. They sued for the JFK shit. Now, how much of that shit they actually got? Yeah, what it was. But somebody got to take up the fight. Somebody got to.
And that's what's paramount. He took up a lot of fucking fights that wasn't nobody willing to step in front of. It was just the cases where he was seeing Breonna Taylor, fucking George Floyd, now Tyree Nichols. It was just the places he was seeing after being Michael Jackson's attorney. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of just off-putting the way he was introduced to Dabney's Bricky. Dabney's Bricky is going to be a wonderful reference.
You just gonna drop a Dabney's every week?
Hey, look, he got to dab in his bar every week.
He Dabney's Bricky. He got Dabney's Bricky. He's an upstanding, college-educated, self-employed. Damn, Dabney's died.
Oh, Dabney's gone.
R.I.P.
My
Dabney's.
nigga, Dabney's.
Hey, look, it feels. I feel fucked up calling him Dabless.
No, he ain't. Nope. We love him. We're gonna honor him, but he has not reached where we should know his motherfucking name.
He's not.
That is a slap in the face
to Elvin.
To
Elvin Thibodeau.
Elvin Thibodeau and Elvin Gaines and a lot of Elvins.
A lot of Elvins. I don't know Martin's name.
Martin who?
Wait.
You do know Martin's name.
No, I don't know Martin.
Name from Wayman Tisdale, nigga.
Oh, wait, is that his real name? I thought it was the character's name in the movie.
His name is something close to that name.
Yeah, because I think fucking Wayman Tisdale was the goddamn power forward.
Wayman Tisdale was the character in the movie and the motherfucking power forward for the Nets.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you know that nigga name, because of that movie with him and Halle Berry. His name was close to.
What the fuck was that name? What the fuck was that movie?
Oh shit! I don't know. Tommy Davidson, Halle Berry,
Colors.
Tisdale.
Oh, Woo.
Not Woo. Tiffany, not Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Joe Marie Johnson.
Oh, Johnson.
Is it
Jones? I remember
the
whole movie. She was a kindergarten teacher. He was a banker. I remember the whole shit.
In.
I can't remember the name of that movie.
Strictly Business.
Strictly Business.